Hello again, everyone. Todd Michael Putnam from D&D Creative Table Designs bringing you another adventure table idea. And this one is the Falmer Infested Dwemer Ruins. That's a mouthful. Falmer Infested Dwemer Ruins. Obviously directly inspired by Skyrim. For anybody who's played Skyrim, they know who the Falmer are and what the Dwemer Infested Ruins, that the Dwemer Ruins are. For the two people who haven't played Skyrim, go play Skyrim. In any event, this is probably one of the most ambitious adventure tables I've done to date for sheer complexity and as far as taking elevation to the biggest level I've done so far. And that's because if you've played Skyrim, you know that the Falmer, which are basically like these blind, grayish type creatures that inhabit old dwarven ruins, or Dwemer ruins, I should say. The upper levels are always them, and they've got these like pasty little huts that they have, and these primitive weapons and stuff. And but then as you get deeper and deeper into it, you start seeing more and more pieces of the Dwemer society, because the Dwemer lived, like the dwarves, lived deep underground to keep themselves safe. So, and the Falmer were actually, if you want to go back enough, far enough into the lore, the Falmer were actually snow elves that the Dwemer allowed to come and live with them at the price of being blinded, in order for the snow elves to not be taken out by the Nords. It's this whole long backstory. Again, play Elder Scrolls and all that stuff, and there's a whole backstory to it. But the Dwemer blinded the snow elves and forced them to be slaves for some great experiments that they were doing. And now the Dwemer have disappeared. That's the great mystery. And the Falmer have devolved into some kind of a strange-looking blind race, nowhere near possessing the beauty or intellect that they had of their former selves. All that being said, the top levels and stuff, so there's usually some stairs and stuff coming down, which I've got here. And then I just use these little gray goblin guys for the Falmer. And I have these huts, and boy, I wish I could remember where I got them. But anyways, they look like wasp huts, sort of. So I had them painted up. And let me scroll around here. And this is the top level of it. And then oftentimes there's like these Dwemer pipes and stuff, because the Dwemer were very advanced technology that had like steam pipes you'd have to go climb down in order to get to the next level. So I decided to include that with it. So the highest level is this little small room up here, about a 1 foot by 1 foot square, and there's some Falmer up there. And then the next level down, it's got some more of these hive huts. It's got some more of the Dwemer themselves, and I'll rotate the camera around. You can see they also had these like little shield things. They're primitive little barriers that they would put up. So I've got those. And they would have these little holes and stuff that are in the wall where the Falmer would, I guess they would sleep or something, but they would jump out of those and attack you in the game. And they also have, in place of like guard dogs, they have things called the Charis, which are like these giant insect-like creatures that are very fierce. They're kind of blackish in color, and they're very nasty guys. And they act essentially as like trained pets or guards. So I included some of those creatures in there as well to hop out of the hives and attack the players. And just the whole idea being that the players had to work their way through. And there's always holes and stuff in the floor, if you're familiar with the game, where you can drop down into other lower levels and stuff. So I managed to put some of those. And that second level down is larger. It's 2 foot by 2 foot. I believe, yes, 2 foot long and 2 foot wide. And another section up top here. And it's all being held up by stalactites or stalagmites, or which is kind of fun. Same thing on this level right here. The one level below it, I'm actually using stuff printed from EC3D Designs for their Skyless Realms Kickstarter in order to support it all. And then from there, there's some bridges and stuff that go down to other levels. And then there's some more of these Charis hive type things, and the Charis themselves, and some more bridges to cross going in various directions, fighting more Falmer and stuff on. And there's always sections where you can see far below, what's going on. So I tried to emulate that a little bit like it is in the game, because you'd be walking along these bridges or whatever it is across the top, and then you could look down below and you could see, other levels that you'll eventually be able to get to, where there's destroyed Dwemer technology like I have here, or these, more of these pipes and stuff. A lot of times in the Dwemer ruins, there's like rivers coming through it rolling, so I've got those included as well. And so I wanted to have a few of those scenic views like you have in the game, just trying to recreate the scope. This is not a recreation of any specific Dwemer ruins. This is just as all makeshift, but just all inspired by Dwemer ruins that have been infested by the Falmer. So again, you get some more of the Charis guys. And the same thing with more the Falmer up here. And then I'm going to scroll around a little, and we'll come down, and eventually you come and you get to another place, and then there's like giant rats, which in the game are called skeever, and they can disease you and stuff, different diseases when they bite you. But basically all of that, you can see it's all above a giant river that's going along and flowing underneath through, so you get that huge river sound going like there is in the game. And Dwemer technology and stuff all over the place, and then rickety bridges, some natural, some Dwemer made or whatever, connecting the various parts. And if you go down this section here, a couple of things. I put a soul shard in here, just on top of this one, which if the players wanted to get to it, they'd like have to jump off and make a jump check in order to get there, in order to get to the soul shard, where, in the game that gives you an extra soul perk or whatever it is. So I put that just as a nod to the soul shards in the game. And then you come to this section down here, which again is more natural cave looking and stuff, but and more Charis. But it starts to give way to the actual Dwemer cities themselves. It's not just pipes and stuff, but now, oh look, there's some actual stairs going down. And then there's some actual Dwemer machinery, some still working, like on the right, and some destroyed on the left. And there's some rooms that you can go into. And if you played the games, the rooms, all the furniture is made out of stone beds, stone chairs and stuff like that, stone tables. So they weren't big on comfort, apparently. But anyways, and in this particular room, I've got a giant spider that's taken over the area. There's, of course, a little Dwemer technology that's sitting on top of this particular table. There's a number of spider eggs and webbed up bodies that are in there that the players would have to contend to if they were to go on and into this room and try and take out that creature. Heading around over, there's like some more of the Falmer battle forces over here, like I was showing you before. They have those like shields that are up that they kind of hide behind a little bit, or attack from behind. So there's a number of those there. Another Falmer hut and Dwemer machine, because they've got that steam technology that's still working all these ages after the Dwemer magically disappeared. If you come through this door here and you go down, it gets to like another room that's been partially broken open, so that and there's of course some skeever in there. But you can see right out to the side, it's, there's where the water is. So if somebody were to fall into the water, they would be able to swim out and climb up and start in this section of the dungeon. And they always have that in Skyrim as well, whereas if you were to drop some great distance and fall into a pit or fall into the ocean, the water streams, there's always some place you can swim to where you can climb yourself out, so that you're not stuck by the geography. So just as a nod to the game, I included that as well. And then you come back around, and then here there's some stairs going up, leading to a room that's all destroyed and stuff. And a lot of times you'll see that in the Skyrim dungeons. There's rooms that the walls are collapsed and there's rubble and stuff all over the place because of earthquakes and what have you and whatnot. So this room just represents that kind of experience that you often have in the game. And then I have one of the Dwemer spider creatures, which are often around banging around doing mining and stuff like that. Still active ages after their masters have mysteriously disappeared. Then, of course, you've got to have a Dwemer centurion. So I've got him walking along. Those are big semi-boss monsters. Certainly not as tough as like the dragons, but they're still really tough. So, kill a low-level character in seconds flat, that's for sure. So he's roaming around, still doing his guardianship. Stairs going up. Then there's other types of Dwemer robot types things going around. This one's like shoots crossbows and stuff from a distance. And I just put these like big orb type things like they're steam vats or whatever. Every now and then you see some random stuff like that. Coming around here, you get to, again, more steam vents and stuff. And in this section, it's bandits. A lot of times you'll find bandits that are also hanging out inside the Dwemer ruins. And they usually have at least a couple of them that are wearing some kind of Dwemer armor or something. So they'll have, which is like a brass colored stuff. So they usually have a few of those picked up. So I just got some characters that I put in there that sort of matched or mirrored that experience. And put that in there. So that's this side over here, and then if you head back up and over, and then down over the river, over the river and through the woods, across this particular bridge right there, you'll come over, and there's some more skeever over here. There's another more technology. There's another one of the Dwemer ball robot guys that he like drops down his ball and then pops up and rolls around and attacks you. And some more bad guys, some more bandits and stuff, and some more Falmer over here by the technology. Some more another of the Dwemer crossbow guys, and then going up to the top here is of course a word wall, and I've got a Dragonborn mini that's there, and I even had it painted up so that there's like, when you get too close to the word walls, which is like the language of dragons that teaches you special shouts that gives you magical powers in the game. There's like a little blue and white light that goes fading out and kind of blinds your character for a second, and then you absorb the word or whatever it is, and then you have to kill a dragon in order to power it. But so I had the word wall painted up so it has that sort of look to it, and then of course an actual Dragonborn mini, which you can get those and this word wall and some of the other stuff here from off of Mophidius. I think it's Mophidius.net, to be honest with you. I think it's Mophidius, not .net, MOPHIDIUS.net or something like that. But anyway, that's it. That is the entire build of the Falmer Infested Dwemer ruins. As I said, it's probably the most advanced elevation build that I've done to date so far. If I go down at this level, it kind of gives you an idea, and just come right across. You can see just how much elevation is involved in the entire build, and it's actually pretty structurally sound. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to bash into it, but I've got 3 or 4 supports on each one, and I can grab it and tug a little bit. It'll shake, but it's not going to immediately fall over. So it's definitely playable as long as you're playing with adults. That's it. That is the Dwemer infested the Falmer infested Dwemer ruins. So please like and subscribe if you enjoy the videos, and if you enjoy the content, leave some comments below and let me know what you're thinking. And I will see you guys next adventure. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye.